Okay, now in this lecture, we will do paper number 2, that is Fundamental Problem Solving and Programming Skills of May June 2021. So let's start with question number 1. So in question number 1, the question is a program is being developed to help manage the membership of a football club. So complete the following identifier table. So what does this mean? Example value shown wrong, false, a date and 13445 random value. And there must be explanation that this wrong will be the preferred name, a value indicator, member joined football club, and the number of points. So what will be the variable name for this one? So the variable name for this one must be member name. That is member name. Member name. What the data type is? Data type for this is basically string. That is string. So secondly, second is false. So false, a value to indicate where the existing member of club lives at the same address. So this is basically the family member. This is family family member. And the data type is Boolean. Now third it is the date. So this must be something start date. This must be when the member joined the football club. So it must, the variable name must be the start date. And the data type will be the date. Date. Now the last one is one thing, the number of points. Number of points must be, the variable name must be points. Points. And data type is integer. Integer. So this is the solution of question number 1 part A. Now moving towards the next part, that is explain the pseudocode and what are the errors. So the result will be this one. So what will be the error? We have to define the all the errors, what the error in each statement. So this statement shows that 2 1. So basically error is should be arithmetic operation, that is not and something like that, and should be uh, character or string. So error is should be should be arithmetic, arithmetic should be arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operator means there must be and or something. Arithmetic operator, or must be some division or something else. Operator, arithmetic operator, that is plus, negative, division, and something else. Not, this is the error basically, not and, not and. Okay, so and 2 and 4 should be, these 2 and 4 should be character or string. And second is 2 and 4 should be character, should be character should be character or string. Second is, in the second code, there is basically this is substring, and this shows that mid pseudocode that is 4 1. So this will be there is no error in the system. So no error, it has no error. And for the next one, um, if x equals to 3, so or at 4, then so not Boolean values or incorrect operator. This is incorrect, 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 incorrect operator. Incorrect operator. So the last is the result, which shows the status and integer x upon 2. So this is integer x upon 2 does not evaluate to a Boolean value, or this must be known as incorrect operator. It's also an incorrect operator, and the reason is that x upon 2, the integer x upon 2 does not evaluate evaluate to Boolean value, to Boolean value. Now the last one is, if there is a message and this is done and length, so cannot add string to number, or done is not a number, that this done is not a number. So cannot add, cannot add, cannot add, cannot add string to number, string to number, cannot add string to number, or it is also done, that this is done is not a number, done is not a number, not a number. So this is the end of this question. So after this, part C, the following data items are needed to be stored for each study in a group. So student name, a string, test test score, and integer. So state a suitable data structure and justify your answer. First the structure, and then the justification. So what will be the student or the structure? So structure is basically to basically record. Structure is record, and justification, basically first one is allows different data size or data type, allow different different data types, data types and second it is to be stored under one identifier. To be stored, to be stored under one identifier. Under one identifier. One identifier. So this is the end of the part number C. Now moving towards question number 2. So this is the basically module name and description is given. 4 program modules form part of a program for a library. For example, update loan, loan extend, check reserve, and loan return. So draw a structured task to show the relationship between these 4 values. So how to do a structure, how to make a structure chart. So first there must be the important thing is the update loan. The first is the update loan. This is the primary source to start. So first we have to start with, this is my update loan, that is update, update, update loan, update loan, and this must have the value that it is bidirectional. So it must go here, and it also go to the next branch. If there are two branches, so this must be a bidirectional. So there must be one block here and one here. So the for second one there must be load extend and load return. So the second will be load extend, load extend, extend, and here this is loan return, loan return. Loan return. So after this loan return, there must be a reserve point. So this is known as check reserve. That is check check reserve. Check reserve. Okay. Now there must be two things from loan update loan. So there must be loan ID and book ID. So hollow circle with the pointed, also hollow and a pointed. So this must be one is one will be the loan ID. This loan ID, loan ID, and second must be book ID, book ID. After this extended will go to the book ID, book ID, book ID. That is book ID, book ID, and it will be the complete information source from that. It has a dark circle from check reserve to the loan extent. So this loan update, that is loan ID and book ID, will go on here. That is load return. So first will be the loan ID. ID and book ID, book ID. Then there is some point that there is loan ID have a loan extent have a backing that is that having a not having a hollow circle. This is fill circle. After this loan return will go to the loan update loan. So this must have hollow circle. So this is the complete sketching of this program. So after this, the next part is the definition for module load return is amended as. So amended basically write the pseudo code header for the amended code. So amended code load return. So this must be written like it must have a procedure, then load return, then loan ID, book ID, string, then there is a find. So find must be BYREP find, and there must be real. So this is written as this will written as procedure, procedure, then return, loan return, loan return. Then there is the brackets. So this brackets must contain some value. So what the input information is first is the loan ID. This one loan ID. Loan ID. Second book ID. Book ID. Book ID. Then there is string string string, and then there is a find. So this find is BYREF find find ratio real REAL real. So this is the complete pseudocode header for the embedded module. Now for the next one, question number part C. A program will input 50 unique integer values, output the largest value, output the average of the value excluding the largest value. So draw program flowchart. Flowchart to represent the algorithm. Variable declarations are not required. It is necessary to check the each input value is unique. So we have to also check the value. So we have to start it. So first we have to start our structure diagram with start button. This must be start. After this there must be some input number INPUT input number. Then there is set maximum to minimum, maximum to number or something like that. So my case it must be now the input name must be like parallelogram. So it has just like parallelogram. This will show that this is input number. So now the setting set. So set has a just like rectangle shape. So set number to set maximum to number, then set total to number, and set count to set count to. These are three setting parameters. So first we have to set number to max. Yeah, set max to number to max. After this, there must be another. So this will be set set total to number, total to number. After this, set to as a count. Set to or count to 2. So it's set count count to 2. This will give you information for the number of iterations n equals to 2. So this is the setup for my start, and then we have to count it. So how to count it? So from here the program will start. Okay, so I will just, due to the space, I will this will be set count. Next will be the how is its count. So is count equals to 51. So then this will be, here will be the program start. So I will, due to the space, I will start from here. Okay, this from here. So this might be, it equals to it, it will be upward, it's coming, and it's set, it is set count to 2, set count to 2. Then after, there must be is count is count is count equals to 51. Then this is basically my program, and this will learn with run with different iterations. So it will run until this program or my count equals to 51. So there are two possibilities. One is yes or one is no. So when the count equals to 51, so it will be yes, and it will go downward. And for no, it must be go here. So for yes, so it is uh, set average to total minus maximum divided by 59, 49. Sorry, this must be if the if there is just that count equals 51, then set average must be AV, set average to total total minus max divided by 49. So this is the setting. So then this will go to the downward, and this will be output maximum. So input and output must be like parallelogram. So it must be like that, and this will be output max. Output out output max comma average AV. Then the program will end here. So this is the end of the program that it is. And here, if the my count equals to is yes. In case of no, then it will uh, then we have to input a new value. So there must be input number. Here it come input number, After this, it will go to set total to total plus max, that is number. So set, after this set total to total to total, total to total plus number NUM. Then there it's come that it will process that is number is greater than max. So is basically is number greater than max. If yes, so this will go downward and set max to number. Set max to number. So set max to number. If it yes, so in case of no, it will go here, and in case of yes, it will go here and it will proceed, and this will go to the here. It is basically incremental code. That is my iterations. That is incremental or increment code. Increment count, 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 and this will go to my is count is equals to 5, and this must be read here. So this is the complete chart of the this question. So after this, for the question number 3, a correct value use a concrete uses value uses a program to calculate admission price and store information about ticket sales. So a number of arrays are used to store data. So the correct will be so the correct will be we have to do uh, explain how the program could use text files to speed up the process. So how it works. So the first data from the array is written to the file and the end of the day or before the program is terminating or computer is switch off. Data can then be read from the files at the start of the next day and no need to re-enter the data manually. So explain how program started. It will start with, with first step is data from array is written to to the files at the end of the day. So data is written and data is written from the array to the files. So from array, this is my array, and and in this case data is written from array and is written to the files at the end of the day. That is end of the day. So or whether computer is switched off. Second is basically now data can be read from the files. Now first data is is written from array in files, then data can be data read from read from files, read from files at the start of the next day. So this is from start of the next day, start of next day, from start of the next day, and stored in array. It is stored and then stored in array. Third is no need to re-enter manually. So no need to re-enter re-enter manually. So this is the question three, part number one. Now for the part number two, state the characteristics of text files that allow them to be used as explained in part A. So the data is basically is retained when the program is terminated or after the computer is switched off or data is stored permanently or non-volatile storage. So the characteristic for text file must be one will be the non-volatile storage. So it may be non-volatile storage, non-volatile. It must be non-volatile storage. So this what the non-volatile storage means. This means that data is retained when the program is terminated. So this is the mean of non-volatile storage. So it means that when it is switched off, so data is retained. So the system is basically known as non-volatile storage. So for question number three, information about the ticket sales will be uh, stored as booking. The booking requires the following data: name of person booking, number of people in group, and event type. So suggest how data relating to each booking may be stored in a text file. So basically data items are combined to form a single string, and data items are separated by special characteristics. So these are the two recommendations. So first will be data items are data items are data items are combined combined to form a single string, combined to form single string. And second will be data items are data items are separated by a special character, by a special character, special character. So this is the end of this part. Now the next is a produce preview will be take the number and then write the pseudocode for this system. So how to write the pseudocode? So this will be start with a procedure. So just a minute, we have to start it. First it is procedure, and the preview, basically preview is preview that is this file or something, that is this file ratio string, this file, and this file is stored as a string. So this file will be this file, then a ratio sign as, and then string. That is the procedure. Now declare line name. So declare line name is basically integer. So declare this name, declare line and num. Line num basically means line number. This and the ratio. integer, integer. Now declare this line, declare this line to string. So then you have to open file. So open file, this file for read. Okay, so open file for read. So for generally a read, open file for read. So it will start with if program. So if eof this file, eof, that is this file, then then output output will be output will be that is a warning message. So there must be a the output basically we show is the warning message. So this must be there must be commas here, inverted comma. So it must include warning warning message, warning message. Else else what happens? Else num line number one. So while the line number is less than 6, so read this file, so output this file. So line number basically this will be the incremental, so this must be line number equals to line number plus 1. So for the next one, so we have to use while while line number, that is line num, while line num is less than 6, so read file this file comma this file comma this line and output this line, output this line. So this will be the incremental is line num, so this must be line num plus 1. So and while so this will be you have to end while, so then after this and f and close this file. So this is the complete pseudocode for this program. Now moving forward, so study the following pseudocodes. So we have to complete description. So now this is the name, flag, index, then new name and this character. So and a cup. So the flag is basically true. This is true. This symbol basically has been used to represent space character, space. Okay. So this character is that is like a inverse of inverted triangle. This is used as a space character. So this is my trace table. So first is this will show that the value is true. Value is true. index is 1 and new number will be the inverted commas. So if the new value is, so this character will be, the space character. Now for the, so this new character will be the inverted commas and this one. Now for the second, when index equals to 2, so the value is false. For this, for my the system value is false, and the next will be uh, for this it is space and I, and this will be sure that the this character is I. Now for 3, this is space character in, and the value will be n, that is n, this character will be n. Now for 4, this will be just a space character, and this will run till the system having the false value. So 1, 2, 3 must have this character. Now for the next one, when it is equals to 5, when it equals to 5, so 5 means this basically 4 means that the value is true first, true, and this will indicate that this will be del n and del a, and the now for 6, no for 5, sorry, 5, the addition of character is a, so this must be a here. Now for the next is basically false, and it has as the character 6, so this will add as the value is del in del a and del. So this will go del a, then double del, then del c, then del cu, and then del cup. So this will run as true, and then the latest value for 9 and 11 it is false. So this is the complete procedure how to complete the characters table for a given character functions. The pseudocode for convert contain a conditional loop, state a more appropriate loop structure, justify your answer. So loop structure and justification. So how it comes, what the loop structure is, and how we can justify it. So the loop structure is for this will be uh, as it is a convert, so it a count controlled loop. So it must be count controlled loop, count controlled loop. Then what about the justification? Basically the number of iteration is known, so for conditional that we have to convert this loop and to find the appropriate value, so the number of iterations is known. So for this count control loop, the number of iterations, of iterations number of iterations is known. Part number C, two changes to be made to the algorithm. Change number 1, convert to the lowercase, and change number 2 is replace multiple space. So how to do it? So write the modified line. So how to write the modified line for this? So change number one may be implemented by modifying one line of the sorry code. So this must be modified by like uh, this character, that is this character will char, and this must have uh, lowercase, that it must have converted to L case, because correct chain number one shows that convert to the lowercase. And then there is a mid, and mid will contain name, mid name comma index comma one. So this is will be change for one. So the line number, so the line number will be 24. For this one chain number two, the line number will be 26, and new person will be move to the line, move to the line 27 or 28. Now for the next one, this is the end of the question number 4. Now the question number 5, write a pseudocode for this procedure. The procedure is a global 2D array result of type integer used to store a list of exam candidate numbers together with their marks. The array contains 200 elements, 2000 elements organized as 1000 rows and two columns. Column 1 contains the character number, and the column 2 contains the mark of the corresponding candidates. All elements contain valid exam result data. The procedure SORT is needed to sort result into ascending order of mark using an efficient bubble sort algorithm. So for this one, you have to start with declaration of your, that is, first you have to declare some points. So first you have to declare that the uh, temp value, the no swaps value, and then taking the boundaries. The boundaries must be rows and columns. So then boundary first, after taking first boundary, you have to take the boundary for triple nine. So just to start, so it start with procedure sort and the bracket. So declare temp comma integer, then also declare no swaps ratio boolean, then declare boundary comma row comma column ratio integers. These are the primary important functions to be given. Then boundary will be, after giving one boundary, so boundary will count for, as there are 1000, so you have to move till 999. After this we have to repeat our function, repeat it until the value is achieves. So now taking no swaps is true. So this will show that for loop is there. So for row is, now row is 1 to the boundary, that is 1 to 999, if now if row, that is result of row 2, that is result of row comma 2, means the column is greater than result of row row, and there must be increments, so row plus 1 and comma over the 2. So what happens, so there must be 10, then for column 1 to 2, column 1 to 2, temp temperature value must be, that is result must be row comma column, row comma column. Now the result will show that row comma is the result of row plus 1, and row plus 1 is the column, and this might be the temperature. So this is written in this format, in this format. Okay, so then there is the end f, and the boundary, and then the end for loop, and then the until, how much until, this will program until no swaps, no swaps equals to true. This is the end of this. Yes, after this, question number 6 is, so you have to uh, explain how a node containing data value b is added to the list. So how to explain in alphabetic sequence, in alphabetic sequence. So check for free node. First is checking of the free node. First is the checking of free node. Then second is the search for correct insertion point. Then it is searching for correct insertion point. Third will be assign data value b. Then there is assigning the value b to first node in free list, and pointer from a will be changed to pointer to the node. So pointer a will be changed to pointer b node. So this is the way, or pointer from b will be changed to pointer to the node that is node corrected, and then start last is the start pointer in free state move to a point to the next free node. So this is the complete. First is checking, check checking for what, checking for free node. Then there is searching for correct insertion point. Then there is assigning data value b to the first node in the free list. Fourth will be the a pointer from a will be changed to the point to the node containing b, and then pointer from b will be changed to point to the node containing c, and then start pointer in free list. Then describe how the linked list in part A may be implemented using variables and arrays. So implemented an array to store the data and a second array to store the pointer. So first array to store data, first array for store data, and second array for uh, store the pointer. Store the pointer. Second point it is that an integer variable to hold a start pointer, and this will give the information to my first array and the second array. First array will be the My storing of data, again, first array will assure that how my data will store in my system, and the second array basically stores the point. So this is the answer of question of part number B. Okay, a program is needed to be a string, then there must be a full name, and this will give you the more information about yes. So for this one, we have to make the pseudocodes. So how to write a pseudocode for get start. So I will give you a general. So how to get start. So for get start character function, basically first you choose the function. So function basically function is get start, get start, and there must be word num, comma, integer, comma, integer, and it will returns. After this, declare points. First, you have to declare index this pole num found integer, and then declare. After this, you have to declare the this character and the character. Now you have to specify that the constant space character space character constant space character will be like this. Now you have to identify the index. Index must be -1. Num found will be number found will be starting from 0, and this pose is 1. This pose is 1. So if now the loop start with if. So if num code equals to, sorry, word number equals to word num equals to 1, then what happens? And then index will be 1. Otherwise, else, if num this pole is less than equals to length, so the character will show that this will number found will be number found plus 1. That is, this might be the, this will be iterate till my value achieves. So then this is the basically the complete procedure to write the pseudo code for get started for this system. After this, we had write a detailed description of the algorithm of Adword. So what basically Adword means? Adword is mention of variables for use as array index. Use a loop. First is this will mention of variables. Mention of variables. Second will be use of loop. Third will be if word is same as the current array element, then return false. If the number is same, then return false. If word is not already in the loop, then loop in to find unused element, that you have to use second loop. Second. So you have to store the value, and after that, if it is not accepted, so it is must be false. This is basically the add word characteristics. Now for C, you have to start with get work. So get work basically function get work will start from function get work get work. For this case it get word, and then you have to identify your all the characters, then you have to declare it. After declare, you have to declare the number, string, boolean. For example, here it is string, then you have to declare the boolean, then you have to declare the character, then you have to declare the integer. After this, this is same, then this is same as I described it above. Now, this is the end of the paper. Hope you understand each and everything. So we'll meet in the next video. Goodbye from this.